Good day, I'm Dr. T, and welcome to Potion Craft. I'm a chemist, I had to do this game. When I saw it, it's like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I got to do it. It's just too much of me. Okay, so the idea is you are kind of an alchemist, and you've moved into this town, taken root into this abandoned house, and you're starting up your shop. And so you need to make people happy. And it's one of those, it's got kind of like this hidden click system where you're looking for things like the first time you click this thing up here, you get some herbs. So it's this interesting scenario. It's a genre of game that I don't normally play. And I will get to here in a second, but I'm first going to go over here. So you have a garden. Every day you sprout some herbs and you get these for free. This really takes the stakes down of this one. Even if you waste some herbs, you at least get some the next day. So you're not in a situation, at least I don't think you're in a situation, where all of a sudden you can't play anymore. I don't think there's a game over state. And I'm clicking that windmill, just seeing if it does anything, because I just noticed that windmill moves. I think the Christmas tree, because this is still the holiday season, that does pop up a sign or something. Okay, so that was your garden. This is your workshop. You've got a basement. I don't quite understand this area yet. And then you get customers. And by the way, I love the art style. This hand-drawn kind of, I assume it's, well, computer drawn, I assume, but this kind of sketch style. I love the style. Okay, so you either will get customers or suppliers show up. So he's the alchemist. You got to see his goods, see what he's got of interest. So I'm going to grab a few of these. Okay, this is one of the staple herbs that I use. This one I use a fair amount. So I want to. I have no gold. Okay. Let's not get as much as I did. I didn't realize that I apparently spent a bunch of gold previously. So let's try this. I'm going to try haggling this. So basically I can make a deal. I can haggle with them. That's part of a skill tree. I've got a skill tree up here that I can unlock as I level up. I haven't put much into haggling. Haggling is kind of awkward. So I'm going to haggle, and the way I do this is you'll have like a slider that goes back and forth. It's an interesting mechanic. I kind of like it. It's also kind of hard. Okay, and basically you click on the yellow things. If you hit the yellow things, you get a better deal. If you click on the not yellow things, the gray background, you get a worse deal. So your prices can go up or down depending on which way, against you. And then you hit on the green to stop, because if it just keeps bouncing back and forth, you're slowly losing deal. Okay, so I bought some herbs. I have like 2 coins. Whoops. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end that, say have a wonderful day. And then the next person comes up. Oh, wow. Okay, so I know where this elixir is, and this is really hard. Okay, so she comes up with a, I need what I need. I need an elixir that can raise the dead. Let's say there aren't many who can make such a thing. And even if you're, okay, so the way you make potions, and wow, I didn't realize she was going to ask such a hard one, is you start over here and then you use your different herbs to try and get to the target. So if I want a healing potion, then I try and get to that heart. I happen to know the Raise Dead potion is in here because on one of the other playthroughs, I got it, and it is really hard to get. And yikes, I'm really not in the mood to make it. So I'm going to say I am so sorry. Oh, but apparently that was a good thing. So you'll notice how the star had a negative star rating. So basically, I turned away a customer. That loses my rating. My popularity level goes down. But there's a morality system, and that was an immoral act. So if you're asked, apparently raise the dead, I need a potion to kill somebody. There's a lady who keeps trying to kill her husband that walks in my shop. At which case, you know, if you do one of those, then your morality reputation goes down. And then if you help somebody out who has a good and just need, then, well, that makes your morality go up. Okay, I am guessing this guy is probably doing this morally. He's probably an adventurer. I think she's a bandit, so she's probably not getting her potion. But this guy, I think he's an adventurer, so I think I'm going to give that. And the invisibility, where is invisibility? Invisibility is up here. So I've got a couple of options. Have I made invisibility? So this is my recipe book. So once you make it, you can save it, but you only get so many tabs there, like 150 gold coins each. So they're a little bit pricey, but they're very, very helpful. Okay, this is not on the tab, so I'm going to have to do this from scratch. And if I, wrong button, and if I am successful, then I'll save it because I got a couple of spare tabs now. Okay, so this is kind of a map puzzle. What you want to do is use the herbs to get up to where you want to go, and then, but not hitting the bone areas. So if you hit the bone areas, you can spend a little bit of time in those, but if you spend too much time, or you travel too far through them, which is not much, by the way, your potion fails. So I need to get up here. I need to kind of dodge through there. So I need to go up. This guy's up. Remember how I said he was a fairly common one. So I put him in here. Now, if I just put him straight in my pot, it's going to go to the X. But I want to get further, and I can get him up to the Morning Pestle image. So I'm going to do that. And they actually have you grind the stuff. I have mixed feelings on this. Anyway, so now I do that. So now I'm up here, and the potion will go up to there. I can't control it. Well, I can. I'll get to how I can. I've got some control, but it's going to kind of go up there. So now I needed to go this way. And all I want to do is pick a nice one that's going to get me there, but not get me. So like, see how that's going to go through the bones? That will fail. Okay, here's my blue flower. Ooh, I wish I had more blue flowers. Yikes. Okay, I don't have a lot of blue flowers. But I kind of need the blue flower. And just to be clear, the more difficult the potion is, generally the better the price you get off of it. Okay, and you can zoom in, zoom out. That is definitely very helpful. Actually, that is pretty good. I've got a fair amount of them. They are more expensive, but it gives me a larger path, and I'm low on blue flowers. So I'm going to go for this one. Once again, this may be a good idea, maybe a terrible idea. And depending on how the volume's set, it's actually making like a thunk, thunk, thunk sound. It's kind of cool. The sound design, I like the kind of medievalish music, and the sound design's pretty good. Okay, so I've got that. I need to get up, so I'm going to keep using this guy. I don't know. No, I can't use him. That guy will work. And obviously I want to use as few as possible because, you know, I have to pay for them. Okay, can I use you? No, I cannot use you again. Okay, that's not going to work. That's going to kind of work. Oh, this is the tricky part because I'm trying to dodge between those. I'm seeing what else I've got. All of those are really not going to work. No, if that was over a little bit, that would work. Okay, so I can't use another one of those. That will fail. You can just barely skirt those. You can't get into them. That won't work, so I have to use a blue flower again. And you know what? I don't really want to go all the way over, so I'm not going to grind it up as much. And this is the interesting control. You're going to where the X is just by using the blue flower, but if you go a little bit, so I want to look, what is this guy going to look like? She's going to go over a little, so I want to grind it just a little, but not a lot. And I may have grinded, oh, I think that's going to work well. Okay. It's going to be a little close. I don't like that. It's going to be a little close. And then I like this one. And you actually want to go a little bit past where you want to go. And I'll show you why you want to go a little bit past. This isn't ideal. Okay, so I put that in there. And where I've got the GoPro, I can't see my spoon. But I'm going to take my spoon, I'm going to stir it, and that gets me up. Now, I can stop stirring. So like at this point, if I want to combo it, I can add some heat and I can get that property. I don't think he's going to value a combo one, to be honest. So I'm not going to. Okay, I hope this isn't... Okay, that was close. And when you hit the books, you get experience points. Okay, so the closer you get to that circle, the higher quality of the potion you make. So right now I get a tier 2. Not ideal. Tier 1 is you basically have touched the circle. Tier 2, you mostly in the circle. Tier 3, you're spot on. And I don't think I can get to tier 3. What I'm looking at, though, is you'll notice there's this faint trace coming off of this. This is going straight back to the original starting point. Now I can add water, and that will move everything towards the starting point. So I can move this down. Okay, but that's moving it this way. I need to get it a little bit in a line. That other faint trace is going straight from the starting point to there. So if I can line those two up, get them in the back, then I can get that. So I want to do, that's not going to help me. That got wrong way. That would work. The blue flower is the one I usually use the most. I'm really concerned because he's usually fairly cheap, and I need a lot of that. Yeah, I'm going to use that. I don't need to go very far with it, so I'm just going to... There. I'm zooming in as far as I can. Okay, that's pretty much lined up. I'm going to add water, and this is kind of a tricky part. This is an interesting mechanic. That 2, 3, yay, I got it. Okay, so once you get that, and you got it all lined up, then to apply the attribute, you heat it up, then boom, you get the potion, and if you want to save it, you can save the recipe. And I think I'm going to save the recipe. Now, if I want to make it again, I can use my potion book and just say, make it. Because any of these, I can just brew the recipe. Now, of course, I don't have the water bloom, so that's going to be a problem because I use that in a lot of my recipes. But like a strong potion of light if I want. It doesn't use water bloom, so I can just say, make it. Boom, I've got it. And apparently I gained a level. Okay, so now we can go back to the guy and we can select he wanted the invisibility potion. Sells for a fairly good amount. I'm going to try and haggle it a little bit more. So I got a little bit more coin out of him. Doing pretty good. And this sounds like a robber, doesn't it to you? Yeah, so... yeah, I'm just going to, in dialogue, go for the reputation. I've got another supplier showing up, the mushroom guy. Anything I'd like? How many of these things do I have? I don't. I'll take a few. Probably should have haggled it. And then we go on to the next one. Fairly straightforward. So with this game, I like these guys. You actually sometimes have to like try and figure this out. Like cross the deep river. I mean, he could freeze the river. He could bounce across the river. Maybe he wants to freeze the river. If he likes it, hey, he says he likes it. Excellent. If he doesn't like it, he'll just pop off. He'll like, no. So like, okay, I can sell that. And I just happen to have that on hand. Okay, apparently there's people wanting to cross rivers. Do I have the potions to make that? I'm guessing, no, I need that water flower. Yeah, I need 3 of them, and I think I have 2. Let's see if I can make it without it. So the freezing is there. Ooh. How many water flowers do I have? I have 2 water flowers. So if I can get a little bit close. That might work. Oh. So then, probably gonna have to use one of the water flowers. Grab the wrong thing. And then smush, smush, smush. Now, I could use... It's gonna be tricky for me. Definitely not. See, this one, I want to be behind it, and I'm not. And you can get the basic idea of the gameplay. So it's got this interesting kind of puzzle mechanic. That's interesting, although rocks are expensive. Yeah, we'll just go for the last one of these. See if I can actually grab it. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. And so this is going to, if I pour, that's going to pull it down. I don't want to go down. Now this should actually bring me up if I add some water. I do want to go up. There we go. That gives me to cross in behind. That should be fairly nice. And so now I can do that. I get in behind, and I want to zoom in because I want to really eyeball that pretty good. I'm going to stir that just a smidgen more, not much. Then add the water. And then boom. Okay, so that worked pretty good. So now I can give this person her freezing potion, which I assume is what she wants. Did I not make a freezing potion? Oh, I forgot to actually finish the potion. Okay. And she likes that, and you go ahead and sell that. And sometimes you're like, I don't really know what that is. Okay, so he wants down the mountain swiftly. I'm pretty sure he wants the flying potion, which I haven't found yet. Yeah, so the bouncing potion he's not going to want. He wants the flying potion, which is somewhere over here. And you kind of just have to get your potion bottle to an area to see what's going on. So it could be... So in general, this one's working with kind of the Aristotelian 4 elements. Okay, technically Aristotle had 5 elements that everyone forgets. The ether for the elements of space, etc. But this is doing the 4 elements, so looks like air is up, earth is down, ice is, or water is right, and then left for fire. So flying would make sense is up. There's invisible. It could be up here. So I could try going higher. Now, I can actually start out with the lightning, but he probably doesn't want that. So let's see what I can do. I have no water flowers anymore. This is going to be interesting. Okay, try with this guy. And then I need to go up. Thankfully, I got plenty of these critters. And then I'm going to have to be tricky, because if it's where I'm guessing it's up in here, then I have to go around, split through this. The harder, more advanced potions, the harder they are to get to. Okay, so I don't really want that. Oh. Actually, I do, but I'm not going to go all the way. Now I'm going to use some fire flower. See how that's going to get me way too close. I'm going to have to basically waste it. I hope my potion makes it on this one. This will be interesting. Let's see if it succeeds or if it fails. I don't know what the spirals do yet. I assume they have something to do with the minerals. Whew, that came close. Okay, so now I need to get up that way. Because, yeah, like the minerals have the little spiral symbol. I assume that has something to do with spirals. I just don't quite know what. Yikes, I don't have anything that goes the way I want it to. I need up and right, or up and left. You can tell I'm dyslexic. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's opposite. I'm going to have to use you again. And then use... Try not to grab the map. You know, get the thing in slightly the wrong spot. And this is where having no water flowers may very well end this one. Okay, so I have a couple options. I've got something there and I've got something there. I don't think I can get to whatever that question mark is. So I'm going to try for this one. So I'll go for the fire flower. And I need to go up, so I'm not going to. Boy, I've used a ton of fire flowers in this. Okay, so once I make the potion, I'll be there. Okay, so... There we go. So I don't know what this potion is going to be. It's going to be something. Charm. Well, that's not flying. I'm going to save it because that was a lot of work getting there. I'm going to finish the potion and I'm going to be honest. I don't know where the flying is. I'm sorry. A lot of people want flying. Mana. I need some extras. There, so they want some mana. I think I've got level 3 mana. So they'll sell for that. And eventually you run out of people, at which point you can use the alchemy machine. I believe you end up putting a bunch of potions in the different spots. I've not tried that. I don't know what that potion is, by the way. And then you apparently get your ingredient on the inside. What you do with this, I don't really know. I haven't played that much. And it also could be that the game hasn't really been fleshed out. This is still in early access, so if you add certain things like shop upgrades, and it's just like, yeah, we haven't added that to the game yet. Sorry. Oh, that's my recipes. The manual hasn't been added to the game. So there's a lot that hasn't been added yet. Anyways, once you are done for the day, then you can go up, you click your bed, to sleep the night, save the game, and start a new day. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Thoughts on the game. One, it's kind of fun. You know, this is one where I've played... I don't think I've put 10 hours in. You know, I think I got it on Steam winter sale for, I think, $11. So I'm still over about $1 an hour, which honestly is fine. For an indie title, I don't mind paying $2 an hour. I mean, if you imagine you go to the movie theater, you're going to pay way more than $2 an hour for entertainment. You know, the AAA game, you know, at that point you're spending $60, but you're expecting 120 hours out of it. But for an indie game, I'm looking for a novel experience. So the whole 50 cents an hour thing is not a good judge for indie games. This is definitely indie. So I don't want to judge it on that one. But I've enjoyed it. It's not 100% my style, but I have definitely enjoyed it. As far as, you know, creating, you know, medieval alchemy, I see where they're going. The puzzle mechanic is interesting, and the fact that none of these herbs just go straight. So I kind of like that, how you got the different paths to it. They've got the 4-element, you know, kind of Aristotelian approach. I think by the time the Middle Ages approach, and these are very clearly medieval, or, you know, Middle Age, you know, folks, I think they were into more of the for humor theory, but I'm not entirely sure. You know, this is, you know, point in history. I'm not for sure quite what they thought, but you know, they were definitely, no, they were into the elements. So this would make sense for their ideas. Now, personally, I much prefer how Elder Scrolls does this with their alchemy. Especially Oblivion was my favorite for this. Skyrim, I like that a little bit better, but Alchemy and Oblivion, other than being completely broke, like in the OP type of broke, I really liked it. So in that case, in the Elder Scrolls series, you're looking at different reagents, so different plants and rocks and whatnot. I think they're all plants, though. And they will have a series of properties that you may or may not know what they are. And then you mix them together. Use a mortar and pestle to grind them, and it's kind of your base ingredient. And then the Oblivion, you don't have like the alchemy stations you do in Skyrim. In Oblivion, you have to get your components, and then so the mortar and pestle, that will, you know, grind them together. The better quality, the more powerful they're going to be. The retort is going to allow you to purify it, because that's, you know, it's the ancestor to the still. So, you know, that weird bulb shaped thing, you know, turns later into a, you know, a distillation apparatus. And so that way you could purify it. And I can't remember what the other two pieces of equipment do. And so you're matching properties. And that's closer to our modern understanding of how, you know, herbal medicine would work. You know, if you've got plants that have certain chemicals in them that do certain things, then extracting those chemicals are going to give you that effect. You can see that with digoxin and digitalis, you know, still used quite a bit. Even penicillin, you know, that's extracted from penicillium. Now, the idea of having to have two different herbs to grind together, you know, you should be able to do just one. But, you know, I like that idea. This one is a completely different concept. You're doing the map, the puzzle approach. I enjoy it. I think it's definitely fun. It's not my primary cup of tea. So this is not this is the game I would go to. As you've seen from my channel, it's usually city building games and stuff like that. But I like it, and I like it of you're the NPC. You know, you're not the adventurer, you're the NPC, and you get to play the NPC. So I do like that. So there's a lot of this game I like. I love the art style. I look forward to seeing what they have for shop upgrades, etc. I am excited to see this. So I think this is a game where I've gone and I've played it a fair amount. I think I'm going to kind of put it to the side. I've got my fill of it for now and wait for a major update. And with a major update, hopefully once I get the shop upgrades and go a little bit more into that, that should be interesting. Once again, I love the mechanics. It's really fresh to me. Now, there could just be that there's a whole nother style of gaming that I'm not familiar with. There's definitely a lot of point and click influence here that this is taking from. I assume that's actually the case. But I definitely like the game. So if this seems interesting to you, I encourage you to get it. You're definitely, you know, we're talking indie game where you're not going to be playing this for hours and hours and hours. At least I'm not going to be. This might be your thing. Oh, I almost forgot. You can also like customize the potions, labels, etc. So you can change out what the label looks like, what the symbol is, what shape of bottle you have. So you got some options here. I don't know how much that affects the game. I don't know if you can like change the bottle for marketing. It sounds like you can, and have a different shaped bottle to improve marketing. I think that might be the case. I don't know if that's implemented. I don't know how that works, even if it does at all. So it's definitely got a lot of options. I really like this. Yeah, so my recommendation, if this is, you know, looks even remotely your thing, yeah, pick it up. I mean, the art style alone is awesome. And, I mean, the guys coming in with the different narratives, you know, what they want to do, and sometimes trying to figure out what kind of potion you want to give them. That's an interesting part of the game. So with all that said, have a wonderful day, and I will see you in later videos.